I asked someone the other day which Beatles album is your favourite, and they said the Love album, which surprised me at first because it's not usually an album I consider when thinking of the Beatles albums. But then I thought about it and I got it. Las Vegas was one of my dream destinations because I was so desperate to see the Beatles Love Cirque du Soleil, and when I finally got to go, I was so moved. It was an incredible experience, everything blew me away. The acrobatics, the dancing, costumes, the surround sound, visual effects, and of course the music. And I found that I appreciated the album even more. The idea of the show was first discussed between George Harrison and his friend Guy Laliberte, one of Cirque's founders. George saw how the talents of Cirque's artistry and the music of the Beatles could be fused together into something new and original. Later, Paul Ringo and John and George's widows, Yoko and Olivia, began working on the project, which became a joint venture between Cirque and the Beatles at Paul Corps Limited. Love was written and directed by Dominic Champagne, and George Martin and his son Giles were the musical directors. The first executive producer was Neil Aspinall. In June 2006 were the show's preview performances, and in November 2006 the soundtrack was released, which contained the songs from the show. Giles said, "What people will be hearing on the album is a new experience, a way of reliving the whole Beatles musical lifespan in a very condensed period." And the album was George Martin's final album as a producer before his death. George and Giles worked with the entire archive of Beatles recordings to create the music for Love. The album contains elements from 130 individual commercially released and demo recordings of the Beatles, and is a complex remix and polymix of multiple songs known as a mashup. The songs are mixed so that they blend into the next song. At the 50th Grammy Awards, Love won the Best Compilation Soundtrack Album and the Best Sound Surround Album. Some people weren't happy with the idea of the album, believing that it was a bit of a gimmick and that the original songs shouldn't be touched and messed with, but overall the album received great reviews. The album introduced new fans to the Beatles and appealed to a younger generation. It was also exciting for fans to hear something new. Now I'm going to give my views on the album. So I personally love the Love album. I especially love listening to it in one sitting because I think all the tracks just flow so well. I think the album is so creative and powerful, and I remember listening to it for the first time and feeling like I was listening to something new even though I was familiar with all the songs. The version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps always makes me so emotional. I actually listened to this album all the way through just before recording this, and I was just welling up again and getting goosebumps. I just love the version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps on this album. It's also my favourite George song as well, so yeah, I really love the Love version as well as the original. I also think the Strawberry Fields version on this album is so beautiful and raw, another one of my favourites from this album. And the merged song choices on this album I just think was genius. Overall, I really love this album. And I just think that even if you prefer the originals are still there to listen to. I think it's great that you have a choice of both. I also really enjoy watching the documentary that was released as well. Altogether Now is a 2008 feature-length documentary that recounts how the Love project came to be, showing early meetings and rehearsals, as well as the work between George and Giles Martin, and the contributions from Paul, Ringo, Yoko and Olivia. As well as the CD and the DVD, I also wanted to show you the other Love merchandise I have. When I went to Las Vegas to see the show, I really wanted to get at least one souvenir from the shop there, and I did end up just getting one souvenir because everything was very expensive in the shop, and I remember I was quite limited to my spending money. But I got this magnet and I just think it's gorgeous. I really love this. It's actually one of my favourite pieces from my Beatles collection. And it says on the back here that I paid $10 for this magnet. So like I said, it was very expensive in the shop I found. And I also kept my ticket from the show as a souvenir as well. So the other souvenirs I got, I didn't get from Las Vegas. I can't exactly remember where I picked them up from now. Something tells me I got them from the Beatles shop when I went to Liverpool. I've got this purse. I also have this mini mirror, which has proven difficult for me to open. How do I get into this? I don't know why I'm struggling so much to open this mirror. I know it's a mirror. Oh, there we go. And there's the mirror, heart-shaped mirror. And I've got this little badge. If you haven't listened to the album, I definitely recommend you giving it a go. Maybe not listen to it as the originals being different, but as a whole new experience with different songs. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!